Berta has already agreed to sign Arsenal their answer to Antoine Semenyo. Some of the performances have left a little to be desired recently, but this Christmas is set to be a very happy one indeed for Arsenal. Mikel Arteta's side currently sit top of the Premier League and Champions League tables and, on Tuesday night, secured their place in the semi-finals of the League Cup. However, as brilliant as the North Londoners are, they can still struggle in attack at points, as their inability to put away their myriad of chances against Crystal Palace showed. This is likely one of the reasons why so many Arsenal fans wanted the club to go in for Antoine Semenyo next month. Still, the club have opted against doing so, perhaps in part because Berta and co. have already secured an incredible prospect who could become their own version of the Bournemouth star. Arsenal's interest in Semenyo. With almost half of the Premier League season already gone, the campaign's standout players are starting to become clear. One of those players has undoubtedly been Semenyo, who has been instrumental in Bournemouth's impressive form. For example, in just 17 games across all competitions, totaling 1,485 minutes, the former Bristol City gem has scored 8 goals and provided 3 assists. In other words, despite playing for one of the smaller teams in the league, for lack of a better term, the 25-year-old has averaged a goal involvement every 1.54 games, or every 135 minutes. This has unsurprisingly led to many of the Big Six becoming intensely interested in the dynamic winger in recent weeks, including, but to a lesser extent, the Gunners. According to reports earlier this week, the North Londoners are fans of the Cherries' ace, but, according to The Athletic's David Ornstein, they have refused to act on that interest before the summer. This effectively ruled the Gunners out of the race, and now, unfortunately, the in-demand winger has reportedly agreed personal terms with title rivals Manchester City. In all, Semenyo would have been an excellent signing for Arsenal, but the good news is that Berta and co. have already secured another highly promising youngster who could develop into their own version of him. Arsenal's future Semenyo. What is it that makes Semenyo such an incredible player? Well, on top of the goals, he is a dynamic but incredibly aware winger, someone who can and does often beat defenders with pure skill, but is just as capable of slowing things down and picking the perfect pass for his teammates. Fortunately, these are traits that Arsenal's newest wonder kid, Edwin Quintero, happens to possess. Berta and co. agreed a deal to sign the 16-year-old and his twin brother, Holger, earlier this month from Ecuador's most prestigious talent factory, Independiente del Valle. The youngster won't actually join up with the first team until their 18th birthday in 2027, but that doesn't mean fans should temper their excitement. For example, respected scout Jacek Kulig has described Edwin as being an absolute joy to watch and, crucially, a 10 out of 10 talent. The teenage phenom is someone who, in the words of analyst-turned-scout Ben Mattinson, has the ability to run games and create something out of nothing. Moreover, he can also take games by the scruff of the neck and is so skillful and constantly uses flair to fool defenders and make smart passes. Sounds quite a lot like someone on the South Coast, doesn't it? Finally, Antonio Mango has highlighted the prospect's excellent close control and the fact that he is incredibly dangerous from distance. Ultimately, while it is still so early in his career, Edwin Quintero looks every bit the superstar in the making that so many believe him to be. Moreover, he also has the core skills and attributes needed to become Arsenal's own Semenyo. Arsenal transfer rumors ranked, with £24 million talks opened and Gabriel Jesus' exit twist. The January transfer window is set to open over the coming days, with several Arsenal transfer rumors emerging. Arsenal are expected to endure a relatively quiet January transfer window, having spent in the region of £200 million this past summer. Though injuries have heavily impacted Mikel Arteta's side, there is no clear need to strengthen a particular position next month. Though, rumors about the Gunners have continued, with several targets for the future, such as Konstantinos Karetsas and Alexander Stankovic, emerging of interest. Exits from Emirates Stadium could, however, be a real possibility, with Gabriel Jesus linked to an exit. Sporting director Andrea Berta is likely to have a busy month, scouring the market for any possible opportunities. As for Mikel Arteta, an action-packed month is on the horizon, with Arsenal facing Bournemouth, Liverpool, Portsmouth, Chelsea, Nottingham Forest, Inter, Manchester United, Kairat, and Leeds. With all of that being said, Football.London have ranked the latest Arsenal transfer rumors on the eve of the winter window. Real Madrid have been offered Gabriel Jesus, according to Defensa Central. Their report also claims Xavi Alonso turned down the chance to sign him. Mikel Arteta spoke candidly about his future earlier this month. "No, I don't consider that, especially with the situation that we have right now. I think Gabriel has a lot to offer to the team, and he's proven that straight away in the first minute that he was available to play. He's put so much to be in this position again, and now the focus is to be with us." Jesus actually joining in January can be considered practically impossible, given these claims. Chelsea, Manchester United, and Arsenal are all interested in signing Genk star Konstantinos Karetsis, as per Football Talk. Their report has claimed that Chelsea have already made contact with the player's representatives. He is currently valued at £24.4 million, or 28 million euros. That asking price comes after Karetsis showed his ability quite clearly in the Belgian league this season, with 10 goals and 2 assists from 27 games. He has also shined for the Greek senior national team after switching his allegiance, with 3 goals scored from 9 appearances, including a stellar strike against Scotland. Arsenal could do a lot worse than signing Karetsis, with it certainly a possibility over the coming months. However, it seems an unlikely deal, considering his preference to play at right wing or attacking midfield when considering the players already in those areas at Arsenal. Boris Dortmund star Karim Adeyemi has been heavily linked with a transfer to Arsenal. The Mirror have claimed he would prefer a move to Emirates Stadium over Manchester United. The German international sees his contract at Dortmund expire in 2027, and with talks having stalled, he looks like set to move on. While he is an established footballer at the elite level, concerns have been raised about his attitude. The idea of that hit new heights following his withdrawal earlier this month when he attempted to head straight down the tunnel. As mentioned above, numerous options out wide should see Arsenal also look elsewhere. Alexander Stankovic looks like he has impressed Mikel Arteta when playing against Arsenal for Club Brugge. According to Italian outlet L'Interista, the Gunners are showing great interest in signing the 20-year-old. He has a very recognizable name as the son of legendary midfielder Dejan Stankovic. The Bruges star came through Inter Academy. He has contributed to 4 goals from midfield this season. Having potentially impressed Mikel Arteta, there could be some truth to this, and it is a feasible signing with some lack of depth for the long term in midfield.